Good morning. Welcome to Young County Commissioners Court. We'll call this meeting to order. Regular meeting of Young County Commissioners Court, Monday, 2017. It is 5 minutes after 8. I might note that this meeting was posted in the manner and for the time required, and that all members of the court are present. And if it's convenient, all please rise. I think it's Roger.
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we just ask you to be with us this morning. Guide and direct us. Give us wisdom as we face issues to better our county, better our communities. Father, we just praise you and give you praise for putting us in this position to make decisions and to serve you and to serve this county. Father, we just ask you to place your healing hands on those that are ill and are suffering, and our family members that are suffering. We just ask you to comfort those these times of need. Father, we just ask you again to be with us and work your will in our lives. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. On the Texas flag, I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Item number 3, public comments. Presentations have listed on here the Safe Setup Program. That's going to be by the Extension Service, cost of $60. It is to be held at the Fort Belknap Electric Co-op. Looks like Wednesday, June the 21st. And call the Extension Office for registration, 549-0737. Any other comments need to be, or announcements? If none, we'll move on to item number 4. Consider county clerk's minutes from previous meeting, May 22nd, 2017. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions? So I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Sykes. All in favor of approval of those minutes? Item number 5, consider auditor's budget amendments, vouchers payable.
We have no amendments. We paid $87,212.81 out of general, or it's totaling $71,727.87 came out of general.
Second.
Wiley. Second Pruitt. To approve voucher payable as presented. All in favor? Carried 5.
Check that out. They need one. See if they get this one. It's really nice.
I love that pen. That's a good pen.
Item number 6, consider treasurer's financial report and update on securities. I believe that update's in your package. Do we have anything in? Motion.
$3,131,481.41.
No action on the report, the securities update, the motion's been made by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Rogers to approve such update on security pledges, all in favor? Carried. Item number 7, consider employee bonds, that's Rebecca Reagan, 911 Matthew J. Falk, probation officer, William Ash, juvenile probation officers, and Scott Wallace, adult community supervision, Tommy Detmeyer, adult community supervision. So all in $5,000. Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers, to approve bonds as presented. All in favor? Carried 5. Item number 8, consider extension Agent Miranda Rebel report request for reimbursement $993.16 and for Justin Rogers in the amount of $871.72 respectively.
I move we approve those reimbursements. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Sipes and second by Commissioner Pruitt to approve those reimbursements as presented. All in favor? Carried 5.
Judge, should we go to 13?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we can until 13. Let's 10, yeah, I guess we can. Okay, move to item number 13, discuss and consider bids for sale and purchase of various items. Number A is it be open at 8:10, it's about 8:13. This is for roofing. This is the bid, seal bids for the sale of sheet iron roofing from Precinct 3 barn. I think this is probably some that came off hail damage roof. They were linked to that, the
Okay,
precinct.
we have one bid, precinct 3, it's 60 cents per running foot, $3 each for roof cap, that's the big cap.
60 cents per running foot.
Just for the roof cap?
Roof caps,
Just $3 just straight across.
straight across for roof caps.
It's the molded cap.
What's that?
Those are non-bent roof caps.
I don't even know these.
We need to get rid of that, it needs to get out of the yard. That's gone there, scrap price, 53, that price there. Just the way it's set up here.
50 cents per running foot.
Grant price is $3.
Yeah.
You know how many running feet that is? We did it.
Different sheets. Different sheets, I think, 52 of the roof.
second, Commissioner Wiley. To accept single bid from Mike Young, the only bid, sole bid from Mike Young for used sheet iron roofing, 60 cents per running foot for sheets and $3 each for cabinets. Okay, all in favor? Carried 5-0. Second, no, we're a little ahead here. Okay, let's go back then to, let's delay that jail report for a minute. Can't hear all of that in time, but we can, if the court chooses, we've got a resolution with Michael Smith, the board of directors. Nortex Housing Finance Corporation, he's been on there, I think those are 5-year terms. He's fulfilled a 5-year term. He has agreed to be reappointed, and we have a resolution that's drafted by Nortex. Dennis, his staff up there for reappointment. So I'd entertain a motion, or we'll make that motion myself for the reappointment of Michael Smith to the Nortex Housing Authority Finance Committee. Second one, Commissioner Pruitt. That's to reappoint a resolution, to execute the resolution affirming the reappointment of Michael Smith, Board of Directors, Nortex Housing Finance Corporation. All in favor? Carried 5.
What does Michael Smith do other than serve as board of directors?
I don't remember, well, I want to think that he's an accountant, but he's out of Wichita Falls. We have one more. We've been short of a county health authority for about 1.5 years now or so. Approached Dr. Aaron Purdy, who's a member of the Child Welfare Board, and I believe that he's also in the authority for Archer County. Lives out here at the country club, practices at Hamilton Hospital in Albany, and I think he's a part owner in one of these critical care units here. So he's agreed to do that. He's filled out his paperwork. It's in here if you viewed that application. Agreed for appointment, but it's a court appointment, so I'll ask the court if they will to appoint Aaron Purdy as the county health. Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers to appoint Dr. Aaron Purdy as the county health authority. That's a 2-year appointment. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5-0. Okay, now we're time for, it is 8:20. We'll move back to item 13B. Open seal bids for the purchase of used backhoe loader for precinct 3, Stacy Rogers. See our local triple here. Presence evidently he's owned something.
This will be for
Second,
Warren
sir.
Cat.
Excuse me?
Warren Cat. Maybe that's why he's here.
I didn't hear all that. My wife taught me how to selective hearing. There's 2 on there. 2
You got more than one bid?
Yes, I have 3 bids.
Competition?
That's what we like. Keeps us honest.
This one is from Matt
I just got
Moore.
one machine.
There's two on there.
More? Did you say
One
more?
there at the bottom, and right below it, there's
M-O-R-E-N.
another one.
Oh, so
Basically,
Out of
equipped the
Fort
same way, same
He works
gearbox.
for RDO.
drivers.
RDO.
RDO. That's bid number 2.
Uh-huh.
That's 4.
It's for $94,595. Where's
95, 94.
$94,595?
On 95 cents either.
Is that got gold plate on it?
I didn't hear what the first bid was. I didn't hear.
Didn't hear any
That
numbers
was
on
the
the
first
thing.
bid.
Oh,
Warm
I
up.
can do it.
Orange Basin.
Well, there were 2 of them.
Yeah,
How much was that, Jimmy?
got one for 66,750 or one for 61,900.
6190.
61,000.
You have an option here for
95,000.
powertrain one.
And powertrain and hydraulics, yellow that.
Okay, this one is from Yellow House Machinery
Yellow House.
out of Wichita Falls.
See how many I heard it had. Like mine, put it in there.
Was the same year, Mom?
It's 14, John Deere 15. Oh, that's how
Okay, this one's gonna be for $78,283.
How much?
$78,283.
78, that's Yellow House Machinery out of Wichita Falls.
283.
Yes.
78,283.
Yes.
Should be good.
He discounted the warranty, and then he put another warranty back in for more.
Okay.
They all used.
Yeah,
About the same year models?
Yeah.
13, 14.
Orange 14s and the RDO is a 15. What is the Yellow House?
Yellow House 15.
13.
13? 13?
RDO 15.
that's a lot of money for 2
And
years.
Cat 13.
13 for Yellow House. Cats are 14s, aren't
They're
they?
both 14.
14.
Two, and they're both 14.
Okay, like I was kind of discussing when we set the dates, the bid openings, probably gonna table this issue so I can look at these machines and then come back with the next, meeting. They could make the decision.
New machine.
But, we do have 3 bids here, 4 machines to look at. But, I'd like to get my hands on and really look at it, since it's a used piece of machinery.
Scheduled to be back the 20th,
Yeah.
Is that right?
Tuesday the 20th.
It's a drive deal.
It's not the
Huh?
19th.
It's a drive deal.
Yeah, 20th.
We don't come to 19th.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
The schedule for the 20th.
Criminal court. Sure. We'll alter that, I guess we probably don't have that.
No, 26th is our next meeting.
26 or
26th is our next
Go
meeting.
back to your budget.
Oh, we've got a
Budget workshop, okay, on the 20th. Okay.
This is that time of year.
Tis it is.
Whatever the next
Season's
meeting
greetings.
Next
is,
meeting.
Okay,
put me on the agenda.
you're moving Rogers, move to, or table to the 20th,
That's what I'm saying, that's the next.
Tuesday the 20th.
That's 8 days, that's a little over a week.
So I'm gonna look at both machines or just one?
I'll second that.
Second.
The power items and level. And the low items.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Carried, 5-0.
And we'll be around one, this won't take long.
carry this
Just let me know.
13B to the 20th.
Find out who you
We'll
see.
table it to the 20th for executive.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
How's the knee rehab?
30.
Still going 3 days a week.
Yeah.
I started on that row machine that you were on the other day.
Oh, yeah?
It's helping a lot,
Yeah,
building my strength
it
back.
really does.
Yeah, I go back to the
They'll be
doctor.
pole vaulting before you know it.
The 30th. I got down the steps here.
That's a good deal.
That's a hard thing, I'm telling you.
Thank y'all.
All right,
See y'all.
see ya.
Appreciate it, y'all.
We'll table that issue for Commissioner Rogers to evaluate those bids and the machines. We'll have that back on the 20th. Item number 12 is discuss, consider cost of services options regarding insurance consulting. Now, what that is all the time that we were a self-insured, we were using Salyers Insurance Company for our consultant to organize and collect those bids. Since we've moved to a fully insured through Texas Association of Counties, that cost is really not necessary
Any
anymore.
longer?
I think it amounts to the tune of about $40,000. Yeah, that's all built-in cost. It's, it was built in when we made any third-party arrangement, and it's also been built into the TAC, Blue Cross Blue Shield coverage. So it doesn't really serve a function because TAC does the same thing. They put those out for bids and they're insured through the pool, through the best bid that they can get. Currently, it's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas. So we really don't need that $40,000 expense, and that can come off and be evaluated along with our premiums.
So I move we exit this agreement.
Need authorization from the court to issue a letter to TAC, say we're going to do away with our agent of record, I guess you would say.
I guess it was a self-insurance administration fee, wasn't it?
Well, it was an agent's fee that allowed Salyers Insurance Company they went and searched all of the providers and
So
collected.
we were paying them to
bids,
act as an agent for us to
present those bids to us, and then while we were third party, while we were on that self-insured package, there was a good bit of
Negotiate.
consultation back and forth between Salyers Insurance on different issues that came up. And over the past year and a half or two, since we've been with TAC, we've realized that that's no longer, we're no longer having to consult there with.
I'll move that we exit this consulting
Okay.
contract with Salyers.
Second.
As long as TAC will have us back again this year.
Well, it's been a real good relationship with,
I said, we was looking at
With
what, 2%
Salyers,
increase in
they've
premiums,
done a
what
good
we looked at this year?
and they've been with us
They're
for a
working
long
on that
time.
now, and this will even help us more pulling.
Yeah, there's some more money in the pot that we don't spend.
Yes, we've had a good, the county as a whole's had a good year. So
How much did it cost us on our reimbursements for deductibles, do you know?
I couldn't tell you right off my head, but it's lower than it was last year.
I'm gonna
At
say,
this
we hadn't
point.
signed that many.
It's,
Not near the cost of the self-insurance, is it?
No.
yes, no, it's much lower at this point than it was at this point last year, so
We-
half a dozen really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people could have knee surgery.
Chris, and old people.
We don't discuss them. It doesn't matter.
That's a lot cheaper than
It's
$300,000.
been really a
Yeah.
good relationship with us, so.
If you ever turn around, it's costing us $600,000.
Yeah, that's our saving grace. I mean, that's
Yeah.
killing us.
Yes, it was like a sinking ship we was riding on.
Yeah.
It was.
Wasn't real popular, but it had to be done.
You know.
All in favor of the motion to withdraw from Salyer's Insurance Company for consulting purposes?
Aye.
Five oh. Make note that they have, it's been a real good relationship, and that was a very needed service that they were providing for years and years. I mean, we've had a relationship, I guess, with Salyer's Insurance Company for at least the last 20 years,
At least.
maybe even longer.
It's not a performance issue, it's just that we no longer need it.
It's just a cost that we don't need to be buying anymore. Okay, we're time for, back to 13C, open seal bids for the sale of a 1985 Eager Beaver tilt model trailer,
We have one.
20 TXT. Matt Pruitt, and I bought this trailer, and it's been a real good trailer.
That has been a great trailer.
All good things must come to an end.
He's eagerly ready to get rid of
It's been an eager
Now,
beaver.
listen to me.
Very good.
But that, yeah, that,
Daryl Hearn for $510.50. Is that safe? Is that how, that's what it says.
I wanna check on that bid.
That's what it looks like.
It does.
only problem with that trailer is, it's real hard to fix a flat, it's ain't wheel.
Do you, like,
So,
let's check on that bid. I wanna make sure that's,
Do we
is that
want
it?
You want to table it until the next meeting?
Yes.
that's it.
510.
That's the way I read
He didn't
it.
give much on that when he bought it, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
How much did he
Yeah,
get?
I think I got that from Texas Dot, and I believe I went to Lubbock Yard and picked it up.
It's pretty expensive.
How much did you pay for it?
Gosh, man, I can't remember, but I think I gave about $3,500 for it.
Well, that's a little bit less.
20 years ago.
Wow.
Best I recall.
20 years, $125 a
I'd
year?
make sure.
Yeah,
We're gonna be working on
And
that.
just gonna check on the bid. Yeah, we'll check on the bid.
So you want to table it or? if you
Yeah,
want
we're
it-
gonna table it and see what, if it's a 15.
We'll come back on the 20th?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Work it like Warren Cat, remember selling $10 a month?
20th.
Pretty cheap truck.
Perfect.
That was it. No others?
Yep.
I might have to do that.
Motion, second.
Second.
Okay. Have a motion by Mr. Pruitt, second by Mr. Sipes, table of the, for evaluation of this bid to the 20th of this month. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried 5-0. Okay, item number 14, let's see, we got a 10:30, well, we've got, let's go back to, item number 9. Let's have a report from the jail and the sheriff.
Sure. I'm gonna sell that. And then we'll know the bid on third.
10:30 a.m.
Yeah, or 26.
On the 26th.
For the month of May, the sheriff's office has responded to 141 calls for service. You can see them broke down up there. Served 55 civil papers, made 15 arrests, 125 traffic stops, 19 citations issued. The mileage on the deputies' vehicles is really low because I had incomplete data, and then we'll give you something that I had to guess on. Forensic interviews at Virginia's house, we had 1. Arrests made for drug-related charges, 5. We had 10 grams of methamphetamine seized and 20 grams of marijuana. Jail report for May.
Let's go back a second.
Yes,
The
sir.
livestock complaints continues to stay in that same
Yes, sir.
typical number. How many hours does that take away from the other things?
Well, normally it's gonna take us 20, 25 minutes to get to wherever they're at.
Yeah.
And then depending on how hard-headed they are, you're looking at another 20 minutes. So we're looking at an hour.
Hour.
And that's if you can't get hold of anybody to come put them up, if you can't get them put up.
Exactly. We have Bohannon, and it helps us out a lot, but he's mostly on that side of the county. So
Do we ever take custody of livestock?
Sometimes, very seldom. When we do, Bohannon's the one that comes out and gets them for us. And then they deal with them.
So you do that per call? What?
Yes, sir, we'll call him and say, hey, yes, sir. Call him and say, we've got some that are out here, you know who they are. Normally he knows who they are, and he'll help us out. If he doesn't, then he'll come out, he'll put them in the trailer, he'll take it impounding, and they'll deal with him to get it back.
Deal with the owner of the livestock?
Yes, sir.
Get it back, so.
They'll take
You
them down
post
here
them on the
to
website now?
Excuse me?
They'll take them to Silver.
Do I post?
Does the somebody? Because you're supposed to put them in the paper or post them on the website.
That's on the
No,
strays.
once they're
That's on
finished.
Oh,
strays.
on the
We're not dealing with the
Yeah.
strays.
Oh,
These are
just regular
Yeah.
website.
Yeah, if we deal with the strays,
More
then we'll
lost
have to
and found,
post
yeah.
them and do the whole,
So you just put them back in the pasture sometime?
yes, sir.
And see people, livestock owners with that, or?
I've never seen him build the livestock. They have a working relationship. He'll come out.
Does this result of bad fences or open gates, or?
Somebody didn't
Mostly
jump.
bad
Jumping
fences,
cows.
but you've got, some cattle, like there's some up here off of 114. I don't even know who they belong to. We'll go out, it'll jump the fence right
Well, when
back.
I worked for a certain county at one time, we did issue citations for the owner of the livestock. And it was bad PR at first, but I promise you there was no more livestock put out. I mean, the fences were a lot better when
My
I started
concern is
writing
having
tickets.
much livestock on the road, that's a real
It
dangerous
is real
situation for
dangerous.
Yes, sir.
traffic.
Well, it is dangerous, but then it's an open range county,
Yeah.
Young County is, so it's, it'd be pretty difficult to make a citation stand
It would be.
It would be.
here in Young County. I don't propose any stop laws at all.
No, sir. Now, we can start impounding a little more. That's what we need to do.
You know, it's a little different on a US highway or a interstate, but for the most part here in Young County, it's open range.
114,380 is another question.
Yes, sir. That is.
But most accidents are on farm market roads. We just smack a cow.
Right.
I would
114,
say.
you can see them coming. It's 61, those little ones. over
Yeah,
there.
there's curves.
You don't see it.
But did you work any accidents this month?
Did we? We only worked one accident ourselves. DPS, of course, responds out and does our other accidents.
She won't have any data on accidents in the county?
As far as, I mean, we
Sheriff's
had,
Department?
no, sir.
Okay.
You're talking about like cows, livestock?
Anything.
Oh.
Every day, population.
We've been involved with more than that, which is wild pigs ourselves.
Yeah, I understand.
That would be an interesting.
Captain Netterville, do you have anything you want to put in about the jail or its operation?
Accident truck.
Chief Ward was gonna,
I'll give that one to you.
Okay.
He can answer the questions.
There you go.
Average daily population of the jail this month was 66. They traveled 3,858 miles to transport and pick up inmates. We transported 7 to TDC. 10 inmates were picked up in other counties and returned for outstanding warrants. We have not been reimbursed from TDC yet. Juvenile transports, we had 3 of them. We traveled a total of 478 miles for those 3 transports. No persons this month transported MHMR. We had 11 prisoners that had local MHMR appointments. We transported them over there. None of them had to be transported to the hospital. We had 1 routine transport to the Graham Regional Medical Center. We only spent a half hour there. That was just for an appointment. 1 inmate visited the dentist. We are currently housing 20 prisoners for the city of Graham. We've housed them for 76 days, and it's cost $2,356. We are housing 5 for the city of Albany. We've had them for 10 days, and it's $310.
So 18% of the average population had MHMR appointments this month?
yes, sir, that's correct. And that's climbing. They have 10 more
to evaluate this month. Which they come out to the facility to do the initial intake. And if they deem they need services, then all that starts. But yeah, believe it or not, we have several that have come in the last 2 weeks that have had prior services with Helen Therapies. So that may climb some depending on,
So even considering the fact that these inmates are smart enough to game the system somewhat, we're still having an increase in mental illness being held in our county too.
oh yes, sir. And I've got three that need to be in the state hospital and I can't get them there.
For what reason?
No beds.
Yeah, there's not even beds right now.
One was even ordered by the district judge and
No place to put them.
he's incompetent to stand trial. I got two we're trying to work on getting there. But their attorneys are moving rather slow.
Are any of those the MHMRs a Class C that's in jail right now?
No,
Okay, thank you.
no.
That's a good thing. You know where I was going with that.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna tell you right now, we will, my standard procedure with that is to let them go. I mean, if they're there for traffic tickets, I'm not gonna spend the money. I mean, it's just like we had one that was in jail for Class B and 2 city warrants. I called the judge and I said, this guy's got a broke foot. The doctors want him to have surgery.
I'm getting
Let
at
them
it.
go.
PR him out, you know, we'll worry about him later. It's, you know, it was a possession of marijuana less than 2 ounces. It's, you can't enhance it, you can't do anything with it, you know, and we don't need to spend $15,000 to repair his broke foot that he came to jail with. And the city judge wasn't happy, but she agreed to go ahead and give him time served for the 10 days he had been there on their tickets. So,
These 20 misdemeanors, are they just setting that out?
yes, sir.
So, just to be clear, when they set that out, it costs the same amount as it does for any other prisoner.
Yes, sir. Now, I will tell you, I use a different formula to figure that, so that they're not feel like they're being double dipped, you know, that was their thing. If I was gonna charge somebody, I'd charge them $45 a day to cover our expenses.
There you go.
With the city, this is based on $31 a day, if we don't have any medical issues, we don't have anything with them, that's basically feeding and housing them. So if we had medical issues with any of these, we'd have to increase.
Why are you using $31 a day?
That's our bare minimum. If we do no medical, we don't, if they just there and we're feeding them, okay? So I kind of track that. Now, you also, there's others in this, just like they might have a Class B, Class A, or a felony and have city warrants. I do not add them in this total.
Good, they should.
These are strictly there on their city warrants only. If they have any other charges, I don't even worry about tracking
I
it.
mean, that's 35%
Well,
of the
my
population.
point is to set those out, and they're credited, I guess they'd be credited at $50 a day.
That's what she gives them, it's $50 a day.
Nobody gets the fine money,
Nope.
nobody gets paid anything, nobody gets.
It's all our expense,
Yeah, so.
every bit of that.
That's
So the taxpayers are paying their
That's
fine for
66 prisoners.
And I've even had issues with Judge Bishop. We had a girl in there that was there for a county
66
court
prisoners, it's in-
charge, $100 a day, or 100 days, court commit. When I contacted the court, contacted Judge Bishop and said, hey, she's gonna be here for 100 days. She has this ticket in your court. She refused to let her set that out. She wanted her to wait till her 100 days was up and then had sit there another 10 days on hers. And so, I just didn't argue with her. At the end of her 100 days, I kicked her out. And I won't accept her back on that one. I mean, there's no sense paying to feed her another 10 days when she's not paying anyway. And she's already been there 100 days.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
It goes back to that fact, when it don't cost you nothing, it don't make that big difference.
Well, what I'm looking at is what the city pays for our services versus what it's costing us.
They don't pay anything.
Well, that, under our interlocal agreement now, that money they pay us is for housing prisoners and running dispatch. The two are combined in that money, aren't they?
Still,
No.
No.
They pay it separately,
all it pays
Give us
for is
anything for that.
just the,
so it may as well be.
they'll pay,
not paying any more for it.
housing their inmates. All they pay as far as dispatch, half dispatch.
Portion of dispatch.
Portion.
So we get no consideration for housing inmates?
Nothing.
No.
Grandma or Newcastle, none of the entities
It's all on.
supplement for housing.
But we don't get no break on no water bill either.
Amen,
Well,
brother.
no, that comes into the cost of that per day, don't it?
It does.
Those are interesting numbers, thank you.
So, I got one question.
Yes, sir.
So are these inmates held, are they eligible to be on that work program?
Some of them are, and some of them are on it. I think there's 3 of them currently on there right now. But like one, he didn't want to shave his beard.
So they can go out?
Nope. If he's not gonna be clean shaven, he's not going out.
So instead of 50, it's 100 then, right? $100.
No, we don't give 2 for 1.
Oh, I don't get 2 for
No, nobody gets 2 for 1.
Just, or be sure that the inmate work program is also voluntary. They don't have to do that.
That's correct.
Voluntary to do those things.
That's my next
So if
question.
there's nothing that's mandatory, even if they're convicted.
Yeah, I thought it was a 2-for-1 deal too, that's my next question on.
No, the sheriff changed that when he took over. He's not giving anybody 2 for 1.
And I need something from you.
Okay.
too. I'm gonna have some sand hauled out to Fort Belknap Cemetery.
Okay?
I need some inmates to come out there to shovel holes. There's holes all in, remember we fixed it? But the pigs and the cows and all that tracked it up. It needs sand in there to smooth that out. Because when she's mowing, it's beating her to death, and it's tore up our lawnmower actually. So we need to,
We can get the work crew to come out there and,
and it's just gonna be wheelbarrows and shovels, because you can't dump it. I mean, we'll dump the sand right near it, so
Yeah.
we can do that?
sure.
Cool.
We'll just get with Bud and schedule, you put it on the schedule.
It'll probably take a lot.
If they do any mowing out there, might have them do it with weed eater. 'Cause
It's a good idea.
when they get their mowers out there, they tend
Start grinding up rocks.
to, yeah.
Well, he don't want them to mow, he just
And
wants.
they get,
No, I don't want them to mow. I don't want them to mow, I want them to help me put sand in the hose.
well, it's good.
Yeah.
But if they do any mowing, weed,
Right.
with weed eater, it'd be the best.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let them do it. I won't touch it.
Any other
For a few
questions?
days.
What about painting it, did they ever get it painted yet?
We need to do that. I'm big, I think, for work there too.
Pretty quick.
So we need to put sand down. It's gonna be about a couple of weeks.
Well,
Can
just,
you do that?
we'll have to, I'll have to look at his mowing schedule, and we'd have to pitch in a day here and there. Things are kind of, with the rain, he's kind of humping it with.
Well, I got myself and another officer could take him out because we're jail certified.
Sure.
Or he is. So, yeah, we might talk about that.
How
Sure.
many, how many do you have eligible for work crew right now?
Right now, we have 6 on the county and 4 on the city.
So you've got 10.
We've got 10 in there right now.
You have any guesses? John or something?
And that's all that's
That's
got
what
one of
do
the
it.
66
But then you can't tell
state
something.
legislatures.
Yes, sir.
That's all
I think we should
that's-
utilize that. I get
How does
tired.
does that fluctuate substantially, the number that's eligible?
It does, you know, but after our little snafu last month, I started picking who goes out. And if they have anything over a state jail felony, if they have any recent fleeing, things like that, you know, because Mr. Williams, everybody said, oh, he won't run. He ain't running. So, nobody ever dreamed he would do what he did, but
If they're in there for anything violent or,
no, they don't. If anything like that, they're not doing. If it's assault of past, if they have a history of running, now there's one out there right now, he had an evading 10 years ago. I'm working in Jack County. I know the boy. He's there for he's serving out some misdemeanors out of your court. You know, he's been a trustee before and never had any issues with him. But like I said, his only hiccup in his history is where he ran 10 years ago I believe that was in Wichita. But other than that, he doesn't have an extensive criminal history, so he's one of the only ones. Now, I've got one that's got a state jail felony that's out there, but everything else is misdemeanor stuff. Everybody else is all misdemeanor related offenses, so, you know, yeah, there's some that have worked out there in the past that are in the jail but because of their current charges or their history, I'm not taking any more chances. We're still haven't been cleared by the jail commission on the last one yet. That investigation should be winding down here. I'm hoping by the end of next week, but you know, until we get that underway, I'm not going to take any chances.
In one sentence, what's the condition of your facility?
It's in good condition.
Okay.
We've made some repairs. We've had to get up on the roof and clean out some drains and air conditioned drains, that kind of stuff. But that's normal.
Just a normal maintenance.
Yes, sir.
Y'all got my number.
Yes, sir. We will.